New developments in that deadly school shooting in Colorado. As police investigate whether a security guard may have accidentally fired on authorities during the chaos, one of the students who helped stop the shooter is speaking out live for the first time. We're going to talk to Joshua Jones in just a moment. First, let's go to our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, on the scene in Colorado. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, George, good morning. In the chaos of that shooting, the police say they never fired a single shot, but apparently that security guard did. And right now, investigators are trying to map out the trajectory of his bullet or bullets. That, as another controversy is brewing here. Did a parent call the school board months ago warning that conditions were ripe at the school for a mass shooting?
5 months before the gunfire erupted and sirens screamed at this STEM school,
I copy, shooter in classroom 105.
an anonymous parent claiming to be the mother of a senior calling the school board warning of a troubled school. In a document obtained by ABC News which outlines the call to the school board, back in December the caller warned of a school leadership that ignored complaints of students self-harming and chillingly raised concerns about student violence due to a high-pressure environment. All of it, she said, could lead to a repeat of Columbine. The school says it sent the document to the parents of the school's 1,850 students. But it tells ABC News in a statement, while STEM took the allegations seriously, our investigation revealed no evidence to support any of the allegations raised in the anonymous complaint. But this morning, additional questions about efforts to protect the students. Law enforcement sources telling ABC News a security guard hired by the school from a private firm accidentally fired at least one round in the direction of responding officers. His lawyer says security guard Shamson Sundara had heard the gunshots and raced towards them. The former Marine acted immediately.
He ran as fast as he could to the hallway where that school classroom is located.
It's what happened then that's clouded by chaos. Still, the sheriff here has hailed him as a hero.
This was, I think, an issue that I would say saved lives.
3 students tackled and disarmed 18-year-old classmate Devin Erickson. Kendrick Castillo was there first, paying for his courage with his life. Brandon Bailey lunged also, stripping the gun away from Erickson. Also there, Joshua Jones.
Now, as it was with those boys, no one's accusing the security guard of running from the fight or shirking his duties. Now, his company tells me that schools tend to hire private security guards because they are far cheaper than badged police officers. Now, we're told that security guard has not yet been interviewed by police, and it's unclear whether he'll face charges. George.
Okay, Matt, thanks very much. We're joined now by Joshua Jones and his parents, David and Lori. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Josh, I know you took a couple hits during the shooting. How you doing right now?
I'm doing all right, my leg's a bit sore, and I'm, upset that Kendrick died, but overall, not doing too bad.
Take us back to that moment if you can. What you saw, what you heard, what happened next?
I saw the gunman come in the room, brandishing a weapon, saying nobody move, and then I saw Kendrick and Brendan get up, and I was right there with them. We rushed him. Kendrick pushed him against the wall. Me and Brendan grabbed him and threw him to the ground. I stayed on top of him while Brendan went off and tried to help Kendrick. Then the police arrived soon after, and it was harrowing, but I got out of there.
It all happened so fast. Was it just instinct for you?
It was instinct after about the half second where I wasn't sure what was truly happening, because it was confusing. You never expect that to happen at your school, so when it does, it's confusing and scary, but then you go for it.
Kendrick Castillo was first out of his seat. Tell us about your friend.
Kendrick was a kind person. He always had a kind word for someone. He loved his car, he loved his parents. It was evident if you talked to him that he would help you out if you ever needed it. He was just a lovely person. He had so many plans for the future too. He was going to go to college and be a mechanical engineer. So.
What a brave young man. We've all unfortunately become accustomed to news of these school shootings. Everyone we talk to says they can't imagine it's going to happen in their school. But is this something you had thought about, had prepared for?
I mean, it happens so often nowadays that I kind of couldn't help but think about it, But I never thought about, like, specifically how I would react. I would, just say, yeah, if it happens, I'll, try and get away from the gunman, I guess. I mean, that's what we're told. And then, when it actually happened, I had to make that decision that nobody should really ever have to make, which was run towards a gunman or run away from them. And, I chose to run towards him. And
with that decision, you likely saved lives, as we heard from the sheriff. Had you heard about any problems like this at the school before?
No. The school generally, it's filled with, a bunch of STEM kids, so, they're all interesting to talk to and smart, but, none of them really give off that kind of, I'm gonna do something bad, kind of vibe. They all, are just kind and caring for each other because they all understand what everybody goes through.
David and Lori, you have your son there between you. I can't imagine the feelings you have right now: relief, pride, but of course also sadness for Kendrick.
Of course, we're sad for Kendrick and his family, and our thoughts and hearts go out to him, but we're so grateful for the actions of our son, and for Brendan, and for Kendrick, and for the school community as they've come to love us, and honestly for the nation and the world as we feel their prayers and thoughts. We can feel those in our hearts. They help us heal, and we thank you.
David?
Very much so. I'm proud to have a son that, when faced with that sort of decision, made a decision that I feel is the right decision. He maybe even saved his own sister's life. She also attends that same school. Kendrick, it's horrible for his parents. I'm glad that my son came home. I feel so bad for them that theirs didn't. Everybody here loses, and I'm glad that our loss is not as great as others.
Well, Josh, you said it. You made a choice that no young man, no young woman should ever have to make, but a lot of people are grateful that you did. Thank you all for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So much courage, so much kindness, so much warmth, and I hope everyone can grow and learn from this. We hope, right? That's all we can do.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.